السلام عليكم ومرحبا بكم في خطوات. Today we're going to be talking about الأرقام, numbers, الأرقام in Arabic. الأرقام. What I try to do right here is to show you how it is written compared to the computer typing or the font. If you see all these little tiny, I have students who ask me about why is there a little dash on top of an alif or a little curve on top of an alif, just like you would see it here. That's just the font of the writing. If you take Arabic calligraphy classes, you would add this to make it look more artistic and give it a style. Basically, there are different types of Islamic calligraphy or Arabic calligraphy, but al-arqam, and you can see how even the alif here is written with that little tiny dash. You don't have to do it. If you have a pen like those Sharpies, you could actually end up writing like that with a little dash. I wouldn't worry too much about the script when it comes to those little tiny dashes. What I would make sure to do is get a gel pen. Gel pens are very good when you write Arabic, especially for beginners. So let's go back to reviewing al-arqam. Al-arqam is the plural word for raqam, which is number. Raqam, a number. Al-arqam, numbers, and raqam, al-arqam. We start with wahid, wahid. When we have the short cases on wa, and then there's a long vowel, I'm going to highlight it. Wahid, wahid. Let me write it again for you to see. Wa, this is a long vowel, alif. Wahid, wahid. Ithnan, I would put a hamza underneath to remember that hamza underneath the alif makes the sound as I. Ithnan, two. Ithnan, ithnan, two. So wahid in Arabic is a little bit curvy like that, and ithnan would just have a nice curve on top, and then you kind of give it a little tiny slash down. The line should be right here. You make sure that the line is or the number lands on the line. Ithnan, ithnan. Thalatha, thalatha, here. Thalatha. Ithnan, thalatha. And thalatha has a little scene, tiny scene on top, like you're writing a shadda. Then you give it a curve down. And again, you have to land it on the line. Thalatha, arba'a. And this is a ayn. Arba'a. Let me write it a little bit better up here. Oh, it's okay. Arba'a. Arba'a. This is a ayn. And here you can see that little tiny curve in the script. It's okay if all you have to remember how to recognize the letter is by seeing an upside down triangle, and that's a ayn. And you have it right here. Arba'a, arba'a. Let me enlarge this for you to see better. And we can think I can do it. Here we go. Okay, I think that's as far as I can go. Arba'a, 4. Sorry about the glitching. Arba'a, arba'a. And arba'a would make like a ayn. Some people will have it sharp, like a shadda, stand-in shadda, if I should say. That's a arba'a, arba'a. Khamsa, it always looks to me as a ha, but I sometimes write it as a raindrop. Tiny raindrop for khamsa, 5. Khamsa, 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 khamsa. And this is a ta marbuta. Sitta. There is a shadda on ta. You have to stress it. Sitta. And sitta has a curve quite similar to itnan, to 2, but to bring it down, curved towards the right. That's sitta. 6. Sitta. And again, we stress the t. Sitta. Sitta. Sab'a. Sab'a. And sab'a has a V shape. Again, the edges right here that you would see all depend on the pen you're using. All you have to remember is the core shape, the original shape, which is similar to a V. And that would be sab'a. Sab, and here is the ayn, and ta. I'm using block writing, meaning very sharp ends when it comes to writing the letters. That way you can see how to shape the letter. After that, you can have your own style. Thamaniya. And the ya here is a letter. It's a consonant. It's not a long vowel because it has a short case, the short case fatha. So thamaniya. 8. Thamaniya. And here I'm going to write it. Ma, here's a long vowel. Ya. Thamaniya. Thamaniya. Tis'a. And tis'a is sharp. Quite nice curve, and then you sharpen it down. Tis'a. Tis'a. And let me write it down here. Should not be squeezing it, but tis'a. 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 And then we have ashara is like 1 with a dot on the line, and that would be ashara. Ashara. And ashara has ta marbuta at the end. One important element to remember when you're writing the Arabic numbers is that when you are writing the script, it's always from right to left, as usual. If you're writing the number at the beginning of a sentence and you want to write your sentence like here, like my name is Ana Ismi, then you would also place the number at the beginning of the line from right to left. If you're writing a number as a phone number, you have to keep the same order as English. Basically, if you are writing, giving someone your phone number, it would be like 469, 4, and then 6 and 9. That's how you would write it, and you keep adding the numbers in that direction. So when it comes to phone numbers, they have from left to right. But if you are writing a sentence, let's say you have your homework and you need to make sure that you place the right number before each sentence, it has to go at the beginning. But if you're giving someone your phone number or you're writing somebody else's phone number, you have to go from left to right. Okay, Hasanan. So what we're gonna do now is, this is the line of from wahid to pick another number, from 1, another color I mean, from 1 to 10. Another interesting thing to remember when you are counting from 1 to 10 in Arabic is once you reach 10, you're keeping one good order. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and all of 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 have a تاء مربوطة. 1 and 2 are a special case, and we're going to use them in examples separately, but all you have to remember, an indication from 3 to 10, they all have تاء مربوطة, as you can see here. 1 and 2 are a special case because I'll give you some examples on how to write them in a sentence when you say 1 car or 2 cars. So this is just something to remember when it comes to counting from 1 to 10. When we move to counting from 11 to 20, what happens is this. We say, instead of saying 11, we say أحد, which is similar to واحد. أحد, and you see it here, أحد عشر. أحد عشر, and there is no تاء مربوطة in the 10. And when we say it, we mean by أحد is the number 1, and then عشر. So literally what we're doing is we're saying 1/10. Quite fun. We're saying 1/10. And then when we're saying 12, we're saying 2/10. Where we're saying 13, 3/10. Let's do it together and watch how I'm going to pronounce it. أحد عشر. أحد عشر. أحد عشر. And we just place 1 next to each other. 2 ones. إثنا. And here is a hamza, or some people, they would just put a kasra underneath the alif. إثنا عشر. إثنا عشر. إثنا عشر. Again, what we're doing is we're saying 2 first and then the 10s. So إثنا عشر. We're not saying إثنان. We're saying إثنا. But look what we're dropping. We're dropping the noon into. But when we are saying 1, we're dropping the waw. We're saying أحد. أحد. ثلاثة عشر. ثلاثة. And we're keeping the gender of ثلاثة, which is feminine. And we're saying عشر. Here is the 1 for 10. ثلاثة عشر. أربعة عشر. أربعة عشر. And we're saying أربعة. أربعة عشر. خمسة عشر. And we're pausing. I'm putting the sukun here to pause. خمسة عشر. And this is like 5 raindrop. خمسة عشر. ستة عشر. ستة عشر. And it's quite fun to remember that you are writing from right to left. So you are actually writing the 1s first, which is ستة, and then you're writing the 10s. عشر. سبعة عشر. سبعة عشر. ثمانية عشر. And again, you're writing ثمانية, then عشر. تسعة عشر. تسعة, and then عشر. And عشرون. 20. عشرون, and that goes إثنان and 0, which is صفر. صفر. And here let me write صفر, and we indicate صفر by drawing a dot on the line. عشرون. عشرون. That's it. We say عشرون. That means 2 10s. عشرون. عشرون. That's quite a fun fact about the Arabic letters. Again, what we said, when you write in a sentence, you have to place the number up here. Let me put a, you place the number at the beginning. when you're giving someone your phone number, you have to write it the same way you would write it in English, from left to right. And the other fun fact is when you write 3, from 3 to 20, sorry, I'm looking at 20. From 3 to 10, you have the feminine, ta marbuta, all lined up at the end of the numbers. Okay, so that'll be all for the numbers. But what I'm going to do before I leave is read all the numbers from 1 to 20. Please listen carefully, and if you need time to process this lesson, make sure you restart the lesson from the beginning. That way you remember the instructions and the little fun facts that I shared about the Arabic numbers. So let's begin from واحد. واحد واحد اثنان اثنان ثلاثة ثلاثة أربعة أربعة خمسة خمسة ستة ستة سبعة سبعة ثمانية ثمانية تسعة تسعة عشرة عشرة إحدى عشر أو أحد عشر. In some other writing they would say إحدى عشر, but أحد عشر اثنا عشر ثلاثة عشر أربعة عشر خمسة عشر ستة عشر سبعة عشر ثمانية عشر تسعة عشر عشرون. So that'll be all for our Arabic letters, numbers. And the letters of the numbers are, or the spelling of the numbers is right here. شكرا ومع السلامة.